Hi, and welcome to episode 20 of the Aimless Yarn podcast, where two best mates talk about life and funny stories. Alright, mate.
Alright, where have you been?
Well, I'll tell you, Luke. I've been to Yorkshire.
Have you?
Yeah, and you weren't there.
And I wanted
I came 3.5 hours to Yorkshire, and Luke wasn't there.
I guess I went 3.5 hours in opposite direction.
What's going on? I went to surprise him, knocked at his door, no bloody answer, rang him up. Where are you, Luke? I'm in bloody Cumbria.
I mean, look,
Drive
I knew you were
3.5 hours back. No, I'm only joking. No, I didn't come to surprise Luke. I came to. We already knew Luke wasn't going to be there because I arranged to come and see my mum up in Yorkshire because we can now travel now, can't we, Luke?
exactly. That's why we weren't here.
Yeah. So you buggered off to Cumbria. I buggered off to see my mum, and then tried to meet up with some folk. But everyone's still a little bit scared, I think, because I didn't get much response on that friends chat, Luke. So even Big Al let me down.
Didn't you? I thought Michaela were going to meet up with you, weren't you?
I was gonna, but I was very worse for wear.
Ah, I see. That's what it was.
Yes.
Wasn't you one of them?
Yes, yeah, and obviously she's very annoyed that I didn't meet up with her for some reason, but hey her.
Yeah, so we went to Cumbria, see Claire's family. We went to a farm.
You went to a farm?
Went to a farm, yeah, got knee-deep in cow shit. And
was it one of those animal fondling farms or whatever?
No, it wasn't, no. You mean a petting zoo?
Yes, that's the one.
Petting farm. No, it wasn't one of them, no. But it was Dad's friend owns a small holding and with cows and sheep and hens and stuff. So we went to feed the animals and have a bit of a look around. So yeah, took us wellies.
Cool. Did you feed the pony, Luke?
Ethan. No, not this time.
You didn't feed the pony?
Have you ever fed a pony? Have you ever fed a pony?
There are quite a few actually, Luke. All shapes and sizes, yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are hairier than others, aren't they?
Yeah.
Shetland. You got a Shetland
rubbery
pony.
lips.
Yeah. Exactly. Some of them are quite furry.
Very.
Yeah. And then you get them ones that are really groomed as well, don't you?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. They get shown off quite a lot. They get shown off quite a lot, don't they?
They certainly do. Did you? So there was no horses there, then, no ponies? Or...
No, just cows, hens, sheep, cockerels, a couple of cocks walking around.
Did you feed any of the cocks?
No. I didn't hold a cock either, actually.
You didn't hold a cock? No.
No.
Did you try and stroke one of the cocks?
No. Quite a grumpy cock, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's no worse than a grumpy cock.
Grumpy cock, yeah.
Yeah. Was he? Was this cock an early riser?
No, we were late morning actually.
Was it?
We were late morning riser.
Keep you up them morning cocks,
I had to go and let it out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other way to shut them up sometimes,
Exactly.
isn't it?
To let it out so it could go around and strut its stuff.
Yeah. Was it a big cock? Oh.
Quite a big cock, yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple of cocks there, actually.
Were there? But you were the biggest one, then, were you, Luke?
Yeah, biggest cock, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, dear.
Just
you went to a heavy
old euphemism.
Yeah, we've already had about 3 already, and we're only about 10 minutes in. It's ridiculous.
So, yeah. So
Can't take us anywhere.
And went and see a few friends we hadn't seen for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was quite good. It was just nice to go to Cumbria and see your dad, and you know.
Yeah, how's the dad doing? How's the dad doing then?
Yeah, he enjoyed us having us there as well, and yeah, we're good, nice and relaxing.
How long's he been not being able to see anyone?
Oh, he's been seeing people the whole way through the pandemic.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
How did he manage that?
He's basically, because his family don't live there, because we all live down here
Yeah.
in Yorkshire and Lancashire. Basically, he's formed this bubble with this woman who's got this farm with. Well,
Okay.
she's got this farm. Sorry, he helps out on the farm,
Right.
and so he's in their bubble. So he gets to see them and go to the farm, and So
Good.
it's been
So
good. Been good for him.
that's awesome. Do you want to tell everyone why I look particularly high definition in this this episode? If you're watching on YouTube, that is.
Well, you see, you're now 40, don't you?
I am.
And
Yes.
you just must look younger with your age. That must be why you look a little bit clearer. That why?
Yeah. That's probably why.
No,
Yeah.
or is it because you got a new webcam for your birthday, didn't you? Turned up out of blue.
It did. And who got me that camera, Luke?
I did, of course. Yeah.
It's very generous.
Age spot there. Have you noticed it?
Is that an age spot?
Is it an age spot or is it just?
It can't be. You get them up back of your hands, don't you? Age spots.
Yeah, I don't know. Old people have them everywhere, don't they?
I've never heard of a 40-year-old man having an age spot,
No,
but you could be
not.
the first, Luke.
No, maybe it's a freckle.
Could be a freckle. Or it could just be a big dirty spot.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Some lines there now.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think to me here?
I was thinking it looks really neat. Have you neatened it up a bit with an old razor?
No, Claire just shaved it off the other day with me clippers. And then I went round my beard. But it needs doing under here.
Yeah.
It needs tidying up under there. I need a good old Riker. Call it a Riker. A Riker beard. A Riker beard.
That? I've never heard of that. What's that?
Basically, he's my man crush. He's William T. Riker. He's the first officer on the USS Enterprise.
Oh, from the
Star Trek Next Generation.
The late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, Star Trek, yeah. Riker.
When beards were in.
Yeah, he's got a good beard, that. He's my beard envy.
That's cool, mate. If you need a beard like him, you just grow yours out a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, it was actually a lot longer, and when I shaved it the other day, and it came out shorter than I thought.
What, did you use clippers, did you?
Yeah, I used the beard trimmer, but I thought I'd had it on a longer setting. And then when I took first lot off, I thought, oh, damn it. So I wanted it longer. So it looks all right longer, but it'll grow back anyway.
It does. That's a good thing about beards.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got a bit of a story of when I came up as well. Was that all you did? I say all you did.
Well,
Is that any more highlights?
Cut my grass. First, you said its first cut this year.
Bloody hell, it must have been like a jungle.
It was like a jungle, yeah. It took me a while. Trimmed it up a bit and ramped more through it. I mean, I've got like 1.5 lengths and I have to empty it more,
Bloody hell.
And then unclog it, because it's like a catch-22 situation. You want to cut it, but it's rained, so it's wet. But when the sun comes out, it takes too long to dry it because it's too long.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of bite the bullet and just do it. But we've had 2 days of decent sunshine here, so we're actually all right.
Yeah, same. But it's funny because I used to hate doing that, and I hated it so much. I just took the grass out and put artificial grass in. I thought, so and it's the best thing I ever did, mate. If you ever get sick at back teeth of it, just get some artificial grass.
Plastic grass.
Plastic grass.
I don't think you can beat the feel and the smell of real grass.
Well, I've got hay fever as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah.
Cutting the grass for me, I used to have to wear goggles and a mask. Otherwise, I'd be suffering.
Space mask. Space helmet.
Yeah. Pretty much, mate. Yeah, pretty much. I'm like a right idiot. What's he doing? Putting like really toxic fertilizer down or something. A special machine. You know what I mean? It's like no, I'm just cutting grass. I don't want to suffer for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. You cut the grass. Bloody hell.
Yeah, Claire's got a new job.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
so yeah.
What is she now?
She works where I work now. Well, she hasn't started, but she's got a
She's,
job where I work
she's a
now.
lifeguard.
What?
Imagine a lifeguard in Huddersfield.
Well, they've got
Like,
lifeguards in swimming baths.
no, I meant ones on the coast. It'd be
Yeah,
the most pointless.
yeah,
She'd have to
yeah.
be on a lake.
They'd have to be on canal, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Fucking hell, she's freezing. Oh dear. Baywatch. God, do you
Have
remember
you seen
Baywatch?
the film, Baywatch film?
No, I haven't. I've seen
Oh
the.
my god, it's
It's,
brilliant. Honest to God,
is it?
I
Is it
really
worth a
want.
watch? I'll watch
Yeah,
it
it's
tonight.
got The Rock
Actually,
in it.
yeah, I
The
saw
Rock.
it ads,
Yeah.
and it's got that knobhead in it. What's he called? Zac Heffron, or whatever he's called.
Oh, that dude. Is it
Yeah,
him who plays Now You See Me? That dude. Is it him?
he's the guy that copied your original 1990s haircut.
Is
He's in
he?
High School
Does he
Musical or something.
do? Is he in The Social Network?
Well, everyone's on a social network these days.
You know
Though.
what I mean?
You know what I mean, and then mean what you know. I don't know.
Oh,
Luke
that
Pillick.
guy. Who is he in it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, floppy head. But yeah, he looks like he hadn't seen a carb in probably a year. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I was going to tell you, Luke, about my weekend in Yorkshire because it got a little bit messy because I got a little bit carried away, should I say, because it was the first time I'd been out and everything. So anyway, just done a 3 hour drive, 3.5 hour drive, gets to my mum's house. Got Grayson sorted and that, let him have a bit of time with his grandma, sorry, and then put him to bed. And then Paul's like, my mum's fellas, goes, right, come on, we're going to a mate's house for some beers. I says, oh, okay, then no worries. So we catch a taxi to his mate's house and he's got a bar, he's only built a bloody...
Who's looking after Grayson?
My mum?
Oh, I thought you. So Paul's took you there.
Yes.
All right, and your mum's just stayed there, has she? Right.
Yeah.
I thought she were coming.
No. So we went to his mate's house and he's got a big bloody bar in his back garden, massive bar. He's even got a bloody pizza oven as well. Yeah. And anyway, I brought my own. I brought some rum with me, so I brought my own. So I didn't have to like nick any of theirs because they've got proper beer on tap and everything. And anyway, God, this is crazy, but it turns out, well, I already knew this before I got there, but the guy that owns that bar in his garden and the house and that, his son I'd already met because he works for Openreach.
Right.
And by chance, I got sent to work away in Brighouse, even though I lived in bloody Sheffield. And I got sent every day to Home Firth. I had to stay in a hotel in Brighouse and then travel to Home Firth. I know it's ridiculous.
Why
Even
did you
though
just
I
travel
was,
from Sheffield?
I know they won't let me.
Is it because can't you commute that far to a job or something? Is that what
No,
it is?
it was stupid. It was stupid. Anyway, long story short, I'd met him 10 years ago, and he came as well that night, that Friday night that I got
Right.
there,
What's
because it was
his
his
name?
dad's.
Oh,
I
don't
forget his
tell me.
bloody name. Matt something or other.
Yeah.
Forget his name. Anyway, so I saw him. I got chatted to him and his dad, and had a really good time. Before I'd even realised it were early hours, I looked at my bottle of rum. I drank half a bottle of bloody rum, didn't I?
Mm.
So anyway,
So
got
is he still on tools then, or is he like?
well,
doing
weirdly, he wasn't tools, but what happened was he started doing a project, so he would end up being a C3, and then this project ended, and then he had to go back in field again. But he says I don't mind it now; it's a lot better than it used to be. So
something?
I was quite happy. But anyway, had a good chinwag with him. Came back, and I was sick about 3 or 4 times. So I drunk half a bottle of rum, and I wasn't used to it. So the next day I was dead, but it didn't matter because my mum was just playing with Grayson all day because she hadn't seen him for 8 months.
Yeah.
And then Wardy. Do you remember Wardy? Did you
Have
ever
you got a
meet
washing
Wardy?
machine going or something?
No, that's the train.
Oh, is it?
I live next to a train track. Yeah. Do you remember Wardy? You
Mm.
must have met him. Yeah, he was in our year, and I used to hang about with him after I left school. I used to go out around town drinking with him. Well, I got over the lockdown. I got back in contact with him, and we arranged the night out on the Saturday. So I was pretty much dead all Saturday day. Had a few kips, got myself sorted, Harry the dog, and that, and then I met up with him in town. And his idea was do the old pub run,
Yeah.
start in the county, and then just go for all pubs. That didn't work out well. Got to the county closed its doors as we got there. I was like, bloody hellfire. And then we just went to all other pubs and we couldn't get in because you had to book and we didn't realise.
Right.
So anyway, we found one place that was outside, which was fucking freezing, like. And then after that, we managed to find the letters into the, what's it called? See, I don't know Huddersfield that well anymore.
Where is it?
It's right next to the Kingsgate, near the bottom on corner.
Slug and Lettuce.
Across from there in corner, at the bottom.
Lord Wilson.
Yeah, I went in there and had some drinks in there. And then they kicked us out because they were shutting early. And then we managed to find this pub called the Heart or something. The Heart.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a late licence, so we ended up going there for a few drinks, like, till early hours. But yeah, it was.
So
and
is
then
everything shutting early then now?
Yeah, it's really weird. So I don't get it. Like
Is it to
some
stop
places,
people getting too crazy
I think
and
it must
mixing?
be. It must be, mate. It must be.
Right.
Because we're
They
shutting
didn't
at 12.
advertise that bit, did they?
No, they didn't. They
They
didn't,
said,
mate. It
pubs
was,
will reopen, but I don't remember out about they'll be closing at 9 o'clock.
nah, it's ridiculous. Some were shutting at 9, some were shutting at 11, some were shutting at 12. And then you just get the odd random bar that had like a really late opening time. It's just like,
Like back in
I
day when we were
really don't
kids,
get it.
you know, and you go down to Visage because all pubs were closing at 11.
I know. It's weird, isn't it? I've forgotten about that actually, Luke.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, next day I wasn't sick this time, but I was still pretty bad. And by the time 12 hours had passed, I was driving home, but I was still hanging. And there were traffic, so it took me 4.5 hours to get home, hanging out of my arse, mate.
What did Karen
Absolutely
say?
hanging. She was cool because she'd
sympathy.
actually. Well, no, she'd been drinking anyway because she'd arranged a night around Norwich
Right.
with her mates. But she was a lot more prepared than me because she'd all booked it all, but I didn't know. I didn't know you had to book. Still had a good night though. Really good to catch up with Wardy and that.
Yeah.
Could have
On
been
Friday-
you.
Yeah, well, last Friday it was someone leaving due from my work, so I actually went into town for the first time in donkey's years.
Oh,
Went
did
to
you?
Slug and Lettuce, yeah, just for something to eat and a drink, basically. Just, we're only there for a couple of hours, like 6 till about 8.
Yeah.
Half 6 till about half 8, but,
Were you steaming?
No, I only had one beer. It was just
Oh,
nice
did
to
you?
be out and just socialise for the
Yeah.
first time in God knows how long.
That's
And
such.
see
It's
people
weird
from work.
though.
Because, like, I literally haven't seen them people for well over a year.
That's
I
crazy.
see them
innit?
every day on a video call. We work, not every day, but at least twice a week. When we do team meetings and stuff like that, but not obviously in person.
Yeah.
But just like ain't seen them since yesterday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But isn't
Like when
it
we
weird
meet up.
though? Don't you think it's still a bit strange? It's like not everyone's following rules. Some people forget to put the mask on when they go to the toilet, and you sat
For
next
me,
to other
like, when we
tables
were
with
in-
screens up.
Yeah, the screens were up, but I don't know that it weren't intrusive.
Yeah,
It's
just alien, mate, I
intrusive. But the tables were spaced far enough apart, and people seemed to be, behaving and following rules and stuff like that. So I didn't
Yeah.
feel uncomfortable.
it must have been because it was Saturday night later on. Then, 'cause
Mm.
as people get drunker, their inhibitions drop, don't they? So I was more cautious of people. You
Just
see,
come here.
I'm already here, Luke. This
Oh
is the
yeah, that's it. Yeah, she just reminded me of something.
what?
When you go, so we're booked into this Slug and Lettuce for something to eat,
Yeah.
and yeah, what you have to do is to be able to order your food. You need to download the app to your
Oh
phone,
God, yeah, yeah. I
order your
know.
food on the app,
Yeah.
and then order your drink on the app and stuff like that. So literally, for the first 20 minutes, you're all ignoring each other. You sat there at your table, staring at your phone, looking through menu, installing app, putting your bank details in. You
It's,
know, you're messing about, and everybody at the table, they're all just ignoring each other because that's all you're doing. You just sat there installing it,
I'd
and
rather have a menu and just order it.
that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because at the end
for
of the
sure.
day, it's like someone comes to the table anyway with food, so why can't they just come to the table and take your order?
Yeah,
And then if
true that.
if you can pay contactless, what's the difference in doing that or paying by your phone, ordering it
Yeah.
like that?
It
So
takes longer to look on your phone as well, I find.
exactly, yeah. If you had a menu in front of you and someone coming to take your order, I reckon they'd have a quicker turnaround,
Oh,
easily.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. The app's out the way.
Unless it's for kitchen staff, so that they're not as rushed because it takes
Well,
people that long to order.
so why don't they have an app where you can kind of like pick what you want before you get there, and then just press a submit button when you're at your table?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
could have like what could you call it?
Pre-order.
A pre-order, but you can't pre-order until it detects that you're on site.
Yeah.
So literally, you could get on site and it'd
Well,
pick
you
you up
probably
and
could do that. You probably could do it if you knew, but none of us until we got there knew they had to install app. And the problem, guess what happened to me? My
go on.
phone had died. You know,
Ah,
I'd felt crap all day. In fact, I'd had to log off early because I felt that bad and go back to bed,
yeah,
just so I could feel all right to go out. And I'd not put my phone on charge. So when it came to being in town and I got to the table, I hadn't known any about this app or all like that, and I only had like 2% on my phone. And I thought, well, I need to keep my phone on, so I can let Claire know when I'm on my way home. So someone
yeah.
else had to order it for me, and then she had to pay for it for me. So I had to send her some money on PayPal.
Oh God, it's so annoying, isn't it? But yeah. Anyway, Luke, what's this episode about?
I
You
wanted to
suggested
talk
this.
about. We've been around long enough to see, like the birth of some brilliant movie franchises, haven't we? You know
Yeah.
what I
Was it?
mean?
Yeah.
And TV shows and stuff. So it'd be nice to just talk about your experience with, like Jurassic Park or, like the first, your favorite movie and that type of stuff. Like the first film I saw that became a franchise was Jurassic Park in 1993.
Yeah. I remember queuing up for that.
Yeah, and
Odeon.
I didn't really know what it was that it were going to be about. I was knew it were a dinosaur film, but I'd not seen trailers for it.
Yeah.
And we went to IMAX in Bradford to watch it, and you know how big that screen is,
Yeah. It's big
and
old
it was
boy
just
that.
like, and the seating in the cinema is really steep, and so in front of you you've got bars to stop you from bloody falling over if you stand up,
Yeah.
and so I remember the scene where the T-Rex breaks out and the screen is absolutely huge and you're that close to it, it's just unreal. And I just remember sliding down on my seat, getting lower and lower in my seat like that, looking at it. And I looked over and my mum were at the side of me doing the same, I just remember saying to her, I says, now I know what it means to be sat on edgy seat. It just looked so real. And
Yeah.
and even now, when I watch it now, it just stands up to nowadays. Stuff that you see nowadays. It's just I can't believe how absolutely amazing it looks. And it's because it's a dark scene, and you know, when it's dark, things aren't necessarily perfectly in focus. So, you know, they can get away with it not being um, as perfect as CGI could possibly be. But because it's raining and because it's dark and stuff like that, it looks real.
Yeah, I know what you're
You know,
saying.
they had a model in there, a robot dinosaur for certain parts of it, like the big foot that comes down and the head that hits the car and knocks the glass in. You know, that's a big model, hydraulic model. But the bit where obviously it's walking around and stuff like that, that's a CGI dinosaur, but it just looks real. And I just couldn't believe what I was watching. It was just sensational. And I came out of there and I just thought, I want to watch that again. You know, it was
Yeah,
amazing. And
yeah,
now I just, I always imagine being that kid when I watch it again, just how great it looks. And, you know, if I ever see, like, if I'm looking on YouTube or something and that scene, you know, like sometimes suggests a video to watch
yeah.
on YouTube and stuff like that. Sometimes that comes up and I have to watch it, you know, even though I've seen it a million times. And Felly were a fan of it as well. And
Oh, was he?
I used to have a competition with him who'd seen it most. Because I was obsessed with having seen it more times than him. I remember saying, I have seen it 21 and a half times. How many times have you seen it?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, because you're a kid. But
Yeah,
oh my God. And I can't wait for Emily to be old enough to watch it. So I
really.
can watch it with her.
Well, is it
Um,
PG? Is it?
It is, but obviously the bit where the T-Rex bites the guy off the toilet and shakes his body about a bit, that I can imagine that being a bit frightening.
Yeah.
And when the raptors jump on the guy, you don't see out, but I can see it being a bit scary.
Yeah.
Although
Suggestive.
incidentally, there's actually a cartoon that goes with the Jurassic Park franchise called Camp Cretaceous, and
Right.
there's been 3 series of it. And it's these teenagers that get stuck on the park after it's been evacuated. You know, the latest
Right.
set of films, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And the island gets evacuated, and these teenagers are stuck on the island, fending for himself, basically. And the first 2 series are, you know, there's a bit of threat on there, but they're a bit tame. But this latest one is quite intimidating in parts. So she's, you know,
Yeah.
cuddling into me a bit, you know, while there's this hybrid dinosaur, you know, that getting that close, it's almost, you know, biting them, and it swings its tail around, and it's got these spines on its tail, and it's sticking to this girl's belly and poison her, you know, and she's almost dying. So it's quite dark, is this latest one, which is
Yeah.
good. So she was quite brave with that, which was all right. So I
Yeah.
just want to, I really looking forward to kind of watching that with her. But yeah,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park's definitely my favourite movie, and the second one as well, Lost World. Those are my favourite out of this. Well, 5 films has been so far.
What about when we went to see Titanic together, Luke? I can't remember if we went together or I think we did actually, and I can remember us both saying that is the best film I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, that was just real, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, because what
Just
year
had
was
it was
that?
like a mixture of CGI
CGI, yeah.
models and obviously live sets. And it was just a perfect kind of marriage of different techniques and different what's the word? Yeah, just different techniques. Basically, you know, having filming a model and filming and use CGI and filming people on a set and cutting it all together, and it's just seamless, you know.
Because the bit where obviously the boat goes in the air, and then these bodies pinging off like railings and stuff as they're falling and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and we were in awe of that, weren't
yeah,
we? I think we must have seen it a few times as well.
yeah. I remember watching that and just, you know,
Was that about 2000? Was it? What
Yeah,
year
something
was
like
that?
that. Yeah, something like
Was
that.
it?
Yeah. And it were, it's a Titanic movie and the boat's going along. You know it's going to sink. But, and then you see the iceberg hit and it's all very calm and stuff like that. And then suddenly when stuff starts happening, you know, the boat snaps in half and there's people falling off the ship and bloody, people in water and stuff like that. And then you're kind of watching it for entertainment value. And then
Yeah.
you see people in the water frozen and the boat going round and everybody's dead and stuff like that. And then you kind of get this feeling of guilt.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt because I just thought, we've come to watch this, to be entertained, and then suddenly there's this realization that this really happened, and those people in the
Yeah.
water are really, they're actors, obviously, but that really happened.
Yeah.
So I remember coming out of that just being like in total shock, really, thinking this actually happened. Obviously it was dramatized, but there's eyewitness accounts that the boat went up like that and it snapped, and obviously there's been a lot of science and that's behind it, that they run models and they see how it really happened or how it really would have behaved, and and so that all gets built into the movie making and stuff like that. So a lot of it's quite accurate, but
I wouldn't have said it was guilt. I think it was more pending doom. Do you know what I mean? That's the feeling I got. It's
what do you
like
mean?
pending doom is when it's like shit. This is like people are dying for real.
Yeah, but I mean, coming out of the cinema and just having known that had happened to them people,
Yeah,
and
oh yeah, you felt bad, didn't
felt
you?
bad for
So,
them,
yeah,
just yeah, I just yeah, it would just yeah,
it was
and it's
sad,
almost
wasn't it?
like it's like you realise then that you go in there to watch this film to be entertained, but obviously the filmmaker's there to kind of tell a story
Yeah,
and and obviously to try and invoke that emotional reaction out of you. And that worked. It worked for me. It was
it
like,
did.
this is
It
a
was a brilliant film,
yeah, this is a
and it
ball. This
still
is
looks
I'm
good.
entertaining you, and this that and other. But guess what? Really, but look what actually happened at the end of it, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
it
and
did a
that
really
actually
good job
happened.
with
Can
that
you
film.
imagine just being there and in that situation and just
You can't, mate, and you just
nowhere
gotta
to go?
wish, you just gotta hope and pray that they just died quickly.
Yeah,
That's you know what I mean. Because
exactly.
nobody had been in that situation. I mean, the other film that kind of, or film franchise that kind of jumps out at me is the Lord of the Rings movies as well, because
Yeah,
they
well, I
were
was saying with that. Yeah,
way ahead of the time, weren't they? They really were.
exactly.
And it was like, I came out of there absolutely just gobsmacked at the CGI and the
Yeah,
effects.
but a lot of that's models as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was all CGI.
No, a lot of it's models. It's crazy just when you think about like how uh, in when Gandalf goes to see the other wizard Saruman in his tower, the big tall black tower
Oh yeah, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
Orthanc.
yeah,
That
yeah.
set is a what they call it, a bigature, because it was a miniature, but it was a big miniature, so they called it a bigature. That
Right.
set is the size of a football field.
What?
Yeah. So they built a tower. They built all the walls that go around the tower and all the trees and all that type of stuff like that onto a set the size of a football field, and that's why it looks so good.
Wow.
So they can bring the cameras
Wow.
in really, really close, and so it stands up to the cameras
Right.
to look real. Because they could probably do it in CGI, but if you can build a real physical set, there's nothing can ever replace that, even in CGI. Even in CGI is not never perfect. Do you know what I mean? But an
It's not
actual
far off
physical
these
set,
days, mate.
yeah. No,
With some
if you
modern
spend, yeah,
films.
if you throw some decent money at it, um, but it's cheaper to build a model set than it is to build a set on CGI, and a lot of the times, if you got the skill and the money, it does look better, and that's why it looks good when you watch it. You know that when they in the Battle of Helm's Deep, when they blow that big wall up, you know, that's a miniature set as well.
Is it?
Real explosion, yeah, where they blow that
God.
wall up. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah,
So I mean, they're probably the 3 films that kind of stick out in our lifetime.
yeah,
You know, I think when we were kids, it was more like Disney films, animated stuff that kind of I can remember vaguely. But yeah,
I never really got into Disney animations, to be
no,
honest.
I didn't know, but I can remember
I
getting
watch them more
excited.
now, you know, because of Amelie.
Because Emily, yeah. I know what you're saying. I'm trying to think what other movies that kind of stick out. I mean, it's funny we're talking about movies and stuff actually because I've actually started. I've had this week off, so I've actually had a bit of spare time, and I've actually started re-watching movies from back in the late 90s, early 90s, and they're so piss funny. I watched all the Austin Powers.
Yeah.
1 to 3, absolutely. I've forgotten how funny they were. It then gave me suggestions for other stuff. So I watched The Wedding Singer.
We're watching that.
It's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
we watched part of it last
funny.
night. We watched part of it last night, and then we're going to
It's a
try
really
and
good
watch the rest of it.
film.
Yeah, I just
So
love
funny.
films that are set in 80s. Are just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, but I just love movies from that generation.
Yeah, Adam
Yeah,
Sandler.
I've just started watching.
Amazing.
He is in. Well, he is in that.
He's the same character in every film you watch him in.
Well,
he's got 2 characters. He's got like the character is in The Wedding Singer and in Blended and in Happy Gilmore and stuff. And he's got there's another one called Sandy Wexler, and he's like a film agent.
okay.
And then there's another one called Dewey's Halloween, and he's this bit of a simpleton with this weird voice, and he plays these 2 characters in all his films, you know, and it's just But I really like all of his films. I think he's
dear. You see, I only think he shines in. Well, I've seen all of them that he's in. I'm not a great fan of his, but he's really good in The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
And that thing they released on Netflix, it was like a one-off kind of movie where he played was it a Jewish kind of diamonds dealer, pawnbroker, I think it was, that they released on Netflix, and it was a really good film. Should watch it.
What film's that?
I'll have to find it for you, mate, and let you know. But he was really good in that because he was playing a character he wouldn't normally play, and he did a really good job of it.
Right.
You know, because he can come across as a little bit boring in some of his films, like he's not trying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Click's one of them. I think it's just a bad movie.
Was he in Pixels as well, or am I thinking?
I don't know. I've not seen that. Not seen that one.
Because that's not
one
great.
Where there's one where Claire. What's that Adam Sandler film where he's got all that family staying with him with that wedding? Is that an Adam Sandler film? And he sees them guys on the streets. Was him, wasn't it? Yeah. There's This 2 Weeks or something it's called. I don't know. It's called This 2 Weeks or something.
Right.
And it's leading up to his daughter's wedding. And anyway, like a couple of days before wedding, his daughter's husband-to-be's family comes down from wherever they're living, and they're all black, right? Mm-hmm. They're sleeping in every room and on every floor of his house because they've got such a big family. And this is just, it's kind of a bit, it's funny up until this point, but this one gag just had, oh my God, we were just both killing ourselves. All these families in the house, and they're all eating out of house of home and sleeping in all these rooms and on settees and on floors and stuff like that. And he's going out for summer, and he opens the front door, and these black guys are walking down the road. He goes, "Oh, come on, guys, get yourself in here. Get yourself in here. Breakfast just served." And they're all looking at each other, saying, "What's going on?" He
You
says,
said
"Oh,
this.
just get in here, get in here." And they go in, and it's just two random black guys on the street.
I remember that.
And they're all
I
like
think
looking at
I
each
think you
other.
actually shared this story on one of the podcasts before.
Oh God, it's just so
remember you
funny.
saying.
We're just like, I says to Claire, I bet these are like just two guys walking past. And it's just because they're black. Just because they're black, he thinks that they're family. And they just go in there, and he's saying, "Oh, he's your mate," you know. And I don't know him. Just because we're black, do you think we know each other? Oh, God,
that
so
other
funny.
movie, Luke, it's called Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. All right.
Yeah.
What's that on then?
It's on Netflix.
Is it?
It's
Right. Is it a comedy or is it what?
Kind of. It's a mix between serious and comedy,
Right.
but it's really good. It's worth a watch. About a year and a half ago, maybe
Right.
2 years ago,
Oh,
but really good. I would do if you like him. I'm trying to think of other films like that kind of stick out, but I'm struggling.
You're into like Transformers and stuff like that. That's all new,
Oh
isn't it?
God, yeah. I mean, I do need to watch them in order because I can remember going to see the first one,
I think I saw the first one.
and then I
And
kind
after
of
that, I couldn't watch any more of them because it just did me head in.
no, it wasn't.
I think the funniest line I heard was Megatron? What's it? Old Optimus Prime. He says,
Yeah.
"I learned how to speak English from your internet." I just found it a bit silly.
Yeah. No, I think because I didn't used to go to the cinema a lot back when they came out, so it was hard to follow them. But now that kind of Grayson's into them, I think I'm just going to buy them all on Blu-ray because you can get them off eBay for like a couple of quid.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, and I've still got my PS4, so I'm just going to buy them all and watch them start. They are quite hard to follow because it's a Michael Bay film, isn't it? And there's a lot going on, and you have to be kind of switched on. So it's one of these films you've got to watch a few times. But if you're not into that, if you watch Bumblebee's the easiest one to watch, and it's brilliant because it's set in the 80s.
Yeah.
You'd really enjoy that, and it's on Netflix at the minute.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's definitely worth a watch, Luke. And it's something Emily had watched because Grayson loves. It's his favourite one. Really easy to follow, really nostalgic because it's actually the original Beetle, like he is in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's got the original Optimus Prime, the square rig rather than the bullnose rig, like in the cartoon. It's got him in at the very end as that particular rig, so it was really good.
There's just too much going on for me in them films.
Honestly, the Bumblebee one, there
just
isn't.
too much going on, man.
There is. You're right.
I could follow it if I give it.
You
some
could
thought,
follow it. It's no more harder than Star Wars, mate.
Yeah,
it's just you've got to be into it.
But you said, I'd have to be into it to kind of
You'd have
appreciate.
to, and I don't think you are. Where I was really into Transformers as a kid, like really.
No,
into
that's why. That's why, because you're into it as a kid. That's why you kind of embraced it as an adult when the films came out.
And I've debadged my car and replaced the badges with Autobots.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, you've told me that before.
And I'm also a really big fan of Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't tell me you've put a bloody moving red light on your car and all.
I have.
Oh no.
Do you want me to show you the video?
What? Just on your windscreen, or not on the dashboard? Not on the bonnet, surely.
No, in the grill, like he has. Let me see if I can find the video.
It was not in the grill, on the original Trans Am. It's not in the grill.
It was. It is.
It's on the bonnet.
It's between the bonnet and the bumper. But you want to check this out? Is this the video?
Oh, John. I can't
It's
believe
wicked.
you've done this.
I love it, mate. I don't care. Honestly, the other day I was driving home. I had it on. You're not supposed to have it on, but I had it on. And actually, a guy literally looked, smiled, leaned out of his window, put his thumb up, and went like that. It was that cool. And I don't, it makes me happy, so I don't care. Is it? I don't know if you better see this. Can you do it? I don't think. Hang on. See that? I don't know if it'll let me. It's really annoying.
Why not? Nope, can't see no. Oh, John. Oh, God.
That's gone again. How cool is that, mate? That is sick, isn't it?
Very good. Why aren't you meant to have it on? Because it's distracting for other drivers.
Yeah, distracting and it's red. I think I could probably get away with it if it was. I can't really see, mate, because of this stupid.
I've seen it. Yeah, it's showing up. Yeah.
It's on a remote, so you can turn it on and off. But yeah, I love it, mate. Bit of fun, bit of 80s kid, eh? But yeah, that had a massive influence.
Something over your front lights to dim them out a bit.
Yeah, I am doing. Yeah, tights, fuck off. That's probably actually a good idea. But yeah. But yeah, I am going to dim them at some point. I just haven't had a chance, mate. I've been doing so much other stuff at the minute. I'm just bogged out with stuff that I need to do. I need to do stuff on Kara, and Kashi wants some stuff doing. And
you don't want a scanner?
No, I actually asked her. I said, "Do you want a scanner?" And she said, "Nah, it won't be cool for me, but it is for you." So I thought, that's all right. I get that. But yeah, Knight Rider had a massive influence on me. Got probably what got me into cars. It still gives me goosebumps when I hear the theme.
Yeah.
The opening scene, because it was so far ahead of itself. Because I think it aired in 1980. It was was it early 80s? I'm gonna have to look now. I think it was early 80s. Let me have a quick look. Knight Rider. Really.
We've kind of grown up through the evolution of James Bond as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember the Lotus Esprit that turned into a submarine, the white one. That was an amazing looking car, and that was really cool. Release. When did it come out? See, it's nearly as old as we are. September 1982.
Really?
It's like 39 years ago it come out, and that car. I mean, this will make you laugh. There's actually a YouTube channel called Knight Rider Historians.
Oh yeah, you've told me about this.
God, they're so in depth, mate. I mean, I find myself. I watch some of the episodes here and there. I'm going to pay for it, I think, but I watched an episode on YouTube. There's a bit where he's doing some stunt. There's a bit where he pulls up, the car's driven itself, and you see his arm. He's the guy that's driving the car's in a seat suit, and you see his arm just drop from the steering wheel and shot. And there's another bit where he's doing donuts. Now, I don't know if you remember, but obviously the steering wheel is just like it's like an aeroplane steering wheel. Well, on this scene, you could clearly see as he's going round, it's a round steering wheel just for the stunts.
Oh right, okay.
You get me? Because you wouldn't be able to do donuts if you didn't have a round steering wheel, would you?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to keep doing it.
No, that's it. So there's little things you keep noticing and stuff.
That only they'd notice.
Yeah, and they use miniatures in that as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the turbo boost shots were done with miniatures.
Yeah,
and they've actually got their hands on something.
That's a lot of miniatures as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Realise
no, you don't.
Miniatures are used.
No, you
looks
don't.
Great.
Mate.
You know, like the bit where in GoldenEye, when they escape from the facility on that aeroplane, down that big runway, and it jumps off the runway at the end. That's a miniature.
Is it?
Yeah.
They get them so accurate though, don't they?
Brilliant. Yeah, excellent.
Really good. And
loads of miniatures. Brilliant. It's just a cheaper way. As long as it's done right and looks good and they put enough money into it, it's obviously just a cheaper way of getting a good effect. The bit where, which one is it now? Tomorrow Never Dies or something. They've got that helicopter with the blades hanging under it, the 5 blades hanging under it. That's all the miniature as well when it chops that pier up. Yeah.
Well,
So,
I used to enjoy the Roger Moore ones
yeah,
a
he's
lot, and there was a
probably
lot of stunts in
yeah,
there.
probably my
And
favourite.
one of the Roger Moore ones that I remember is was it a Renault where the car gets cut in half and he's driving the car cut in half.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. Obviously, that could never happen in real life because if you have no fuel in your tank, which you're not going to go nowhere, are
The
you?
first one, Doctor No. They're on the beach and he drives his car onto the beach and he's screeching the car around on the sand. You can hear the tires going on
What?
sand.
You know, Doctor No. That's what Austin Powers is pretty
Yeah,
much based on Doctor Evil.
Doctor Evil. Yeah,
So,
But yeah,
how
he's
about
driving around
now?
on sand.
It's crazy, isn't it? Did you know the first Bond car was something like I forget what it was now, like a Sunbeam or something? I don't know. It wasn't
Wasn't
even
it an
a
Aston
Aston.
Martin?
No, it wasn't an Aston Martin. The first Bond car was where Sean Connery is actually being chased by a bad guy down a mountain, and I think it was something like a.
Oh, there's a projector screen behind him. It looks so
Oh, they
real.
all do it in the
Yeah,
60s. But some of the 60s film, they used a lot of miniatures in using boats and stuff. But you can
yeah.
tell the water's
Oh,
really
yeah, the
small.
water
I
don't
don't
look
know.
right.
It doesn't look
Yeah,
right
it
at
don't
all.
react the same.
It
Yeah, I
don't.
know what you're saying. Yeah. But yeah,
But
but
yeah.
that's why they do it in Austin Powers as well with the projector screen behind him. If you notice when he's driving his Jaguar along, the car behind him's twice the size of his car.
And the intercom noise.
Yeah. But the car behind him's massive, and you can see that obviously they filmed it off back of a car when they were driving along because the bumps in the road, it's like that. It's so funny.
Yeah, and it's so funny because they've clearly filmed it, the London scenes in California, and they don't hide it. There's
Yeah,
like these clearly driving at the wrong side of the road with like thick yellow, middle lines in the middle of the road, and they've just stuck like a bloody red phone box there.
yeah, no,
It's so funny. He's like,
yeah,
"Hello, Basil,"
yeah.
but it's
Hello,
quite funny.
Austin.
Yeah.
He bows, doesn't he, when he talks?
It's
Hello,
quite
Austin.
funny because it's filmed in the like mid 90s, the first one, and it's just like the internet's pretty much just come on board,
Mm,
and it's like you got mail. It's like
yeah,
AOL and stuff
yeah,
like that, and the video calls like really pixelated because it's actually really early form of internet that they're using for the film, but it's funny. But you want to watch? I don't know if you've got Prime, but they're all, the Austin Powers movies. All of them are on Prime at the minute, and
right,
it's
okay.
so funny, really good. I really enjoyed watching them again. I've just started watching this evening. What's it called?
What's it got in it?
Pet Detective.
Oh, it's Ventura. God.
Ace Ventura. First one I'm watching because
I
that's on.
remember the last time I watched the first one, I just thought this is just I don't feel like I've grown out of this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's our sense of humour, though, isn't it?
I just felt like it was too stupid and too overdone. And then
Really?
and then I watched it again a little while later. I kind of got into it again.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
just it's brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only about quarter of the way through it, but it's still some of the stuff's making me giggle. I tell you, another film I watched, Blades of Glory.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
watched that,
You know the guy who's in
but
Blades of Glory, the blonde guy.
yeah, he's the guy out of Napoleon
Napo-
Dynamite.
oh God, that is just.
Napoleon, that's a brilliant film as
If
well.
me and Claire ever feeling down about something, we'll watch that.
Really,
Yeah, because it's just so funny.
it is funny.
It's just like a hidden gem. It's
It
just
is.
yeah, it's like a one-hit wonder that you want a sequel of, but you know that the sequel just would not stand up to the
No,
first one
you're right. You're right.
because you just want more of him. You want more of Napoleon and his
Yeah,
brother and Uncle Rico. You just want more of them, but you know that the sequel just wouldn't stand up to the original. So you're kind of glad there ain't one in a way. It's like a catch-22.
yeah.
I think it's just so Oh, so
I
funny.
need to watch that again. I ain't seen that, but I'll add that to my list because that's kind of our sense of
Yeah,
humour again, isn't it?
yeah,
All that kind of all these films, Austin Powers, Ace Ventura, Napoleon Dynamite. But yeah, Blades of Glory. I didn't laugh as much as I wanted to.
no,
It was really, I was really disappointed actually because I remember watching it the first time around. I thought it was quite funny, but like Wedding Singer makes me laugh out loud.
mm,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's funny. Some of the Will Ferrell movies, it either gets you and makes you really laugh, or it doesn't.
yeah.
But Will
You seen the
Ferrell's
one
in
where he's
Austin
in?
Powers.
Yeah, have you seen him in the one about the Eurovision Song Contest? Will Ferrell.
Oh, what's it called? Yes, I have, and
Yeah.
that wasn't that funny, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't as funny, but it were all right. But
They're all
Napoleon
right.
Dynamite, going back to that, just my mate. It's when I was working at Openreach. My mate says, "Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?" And I'm like, "It's Purdy, you know Purdy."
Yeah, and I've heard he
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
go to school with him.
yeah. We're him. I used to work with him as a frames engineer, and
Did you?
yeah, and got quite good mates with him actually at the time. But
Yeah.
I ended up leaving, and he ended up with a full time post there. But anyway, he suggested it to me, and I thought, "Oh, what is it?" And I can't remember whether he lent it to me or I went to like HMV and bought it or something. But I just thought this would
HMV.
it just goes nowhere until like I don't know last quarter at movie. It's just a random selection of scenes. The bit with he's feeding the llama. Tina, eat. It's a food. and then it's like his Uncle Rico gets that time machine.
Do you know they made a
What's this?
cartoon of it as well?
It's Uncle Rico's. We bought it online. He's like, what is it? It's a time machine, Napoleon. You don't even know. I've obviously seen it too many times. But
I
yeah,
need to
and
watch
then
it some more.
yeah,
I think I watched it once or twice. I thought it was funny, but
but
I
his
need to
Uncle
watch it again.
Rico's
I think.
obsessed with like not going back to 1984 to play American football again, isn't he? And he goes, he's sat there on doorstep eating some steak with what did cousin called it? His brother called. I don't know. He sat there eating steak, and Napoleon's riding up on his bike with Pedro, and he throws the steak at him, doesn't he? And it gets him in the face. It's just one of the things you just don't expect to happen. He's just steak in face. He nicks it off. He nicks it off his brother's plate. Keeps his own steak, nicks his brother's steak and throws it at him. He gets him in the face. And it just bounces off his face. His glasses fall off. And the bit where he goes to the dojo.
I can't remember, mate. It's been a while since I've
Rex
seen it. I'll have to
Kwando.
watch it. I look
I'm
knackered, mate.
Rex. I'm Rex. And he's there. Oh God. Grab
It
my
is.
arm. Oh, that's so funny.
I'll have to watch it again, mate. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I've just realised I look so tired. You know why I look so tired? It's because Grayson woke me up at 5 o'clock this morning because he was excited.
That's every morning for me, mate.
I suppose it is.
Yeah.
When
Ethan
is-
he either has a good night's sleep
yeah,
but gets up at 5, or he just gets up loads of times at night. It's not happy medium.
it's horrible, isn't it, mate? It really is. Don't have kids, everyone.
Do, but just expect no sleep.
No sleep.
Anyway,
Anyway, I think we're gonna best wrap this up, Luke, can't we? Because
definitely.
we've talked about movies and that for a little while. But if you're listening and you've got any movies that you want us to mention, then please get in touch.
But
As always,
what is this episode? It's episode 20.
this
which
is
makes
20.
it what?
The end of the first season, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we'll be back.
We'll be back. We have had a little bit of a gap. We've had a couple of week gap for this last episode. That's because I had to go up north and just various other stuff coming up in my life at the minute. As with Luke as well.
Yeah.
because we are fathers. Sometimes we need a little break from doing this, but we endeavour to keep it going. But yeah, this is episode 20, which concludes the first season of Aimless Yarn.
I prefer to say series.
The first series?
I like to say series. Series is the British way of doing it.
Okay.
Season's the American way of doing it.
Okay, fair enough. Then I hope you enjoyed this first series of Aimless Yarn. We're going to take a little break where me and Luke are going to have a little tidy up of things. So we're going to change the logo a little bit. We're going to polish up the theme song as well a little bit. I say we are, Luke is.
And just think of a different direction, basically, aren't we?
Yeah, we are kind of... obviously, we didn't expect to be doing them for this long, but we do actually enjoy it because we are big fans of media, and it keeps us in touch. We live a long way away from each other. It keeps us in touch. We have a laugh when we do it, and we have a lot of fun doing it as well. So we're going to have a little think of the direction of and to make it more enjoyable for you guys to listen to as well as us having fun and not running out of material, etc. So yeah, I mean, if anyone's got any ideas what they enjoy watching this season, has it been good, has it been bad, what you want to hear, we are open to suggestion. I'm sure listening to these you probably built up a character base of me and Luke. And we're going to take some time away. So please send in any suggestions. We are on Twitter, Facebook, email, Instagram, and on YouTube. Just type in Aimless Yarn and you'll find us that way. And please get in touch. And always like and subscribe as well.
Exactly.
Is there anything you want to add, Luke?
No.
I've pretty much rambled on and
that's it.
told everything that I want to do. But as always... I've been slack as fuck, so I do apologise. I've had a lot on at home. But I've got my own YouTube channel, which is called Carflix, Carflix. Luke's got his own YouTube channel as well, if you want to check those out. He does his own home movies. Lucasfilm. Yeah, all one word. Just like, subscribe, keep listening. And we are taking a short break. Have a listen to some of the other episodes if you haven't in the meantime. And get in touch. And we will be back soon for Series 2.
That's right. Okay. That's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him. That's right. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. And we'll see you on Series 2. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.